What's up, guys and girls? I'm John with Rails, Tales, and Trails. I know it's been a while since we've put out a video. Apologize about that. I just need to take a step back, take care of some things with me and at home, and get everything squared away. And honestly, I just really need to just step back just for a little bit. We're gonna jump right back into things. We got a lot of things to talk about and be working on getting these videos out on a consistent date and time for you guys. As always, I love you guys. The Discord has been growing like wildfire. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Helps grow the channel. Look forward to seeing you guys. Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about winter gear. It's important. You need to do it the right way, because if you don't, plain and simple, you're going to make working out in the elements, snow, wind, rain, the cold, a lot harder than what it needs to be. And quite frankly, you're already in a dangerous environment, especially if you're up north where the weather can change really, really quickly. And you're talking about big snow, whiteout conditions, high winds, sub-zero temperatures in the drop of an eye. So I'm going to tell you guys some of the gear that I use and some of the things that I do to help work in those elements, but at the same time, relieving as much stress as possible on me so I can work easier, more comfortable, and longer. So let's go ahead and start with gloves. Gloves are insanely important when working out in the elements. I carry 2 sets of gloves with me during the winter, and they are ones we get from Granger. You can find whatever you want. Maybe it's a Walmart, maybe your carrier provides them, maybe they don't. This is what I use, but you don't have to use the same thing. I'm not saying these are the best out there, but these do work. There's some qualities with gloves you need to be aware of that will make a 9-day difference. So my primary gloves that I use, because I carry 2 with me, one's rated down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and the other one is rated down to -10 or -20. I can't remember which one, but it's down into the negatives. Here's the first one I use. It's provided by the carrier. There we go. They feel a lot like mechanics gloves. The tips on them, if you can see that, tips on them right there, work with my iPad. They're very, very flexible. They're waterproof / windproof. You can feel when you reach in here, you can feel that lining. Now, one thing that is important when having gloves for the wintertime, make sure the cuff comes up a little bit. I like these. They're easy to put on. They got a little tab right there, makes it easy to grab and pull up. But these have worked really, really well. For the much colder temperatures where I may be dealing with super high wind chill down into the negatives, these are a little bit thicker. Let's see. There we go. Again, it's got the higher cuff on it, but it's got the Velcro right there. I'm not going to say you need this little Velcro tab. It is nice to have, but this one right here has been working just fine as well. Now, I carry 2 sets of gloves for a reason. One, they're rated at different temperatures on both sides of the spectrum. And 2, I can't count how many times I've lost one glove and I've needed to go to a backup pair. These are very similar. The Sub-Zero ones are noticeably warmer. Yeah, I have yet to encounter a situation yet where I felt the absolute need for these over these. And I'm not saying it's going to happen or not going to happen, but like I said, I always carry 2 sets of gloves with me because inevitably my ADHD kicks in or something happens and I lose one glove, and I don't want to be stuck without a pair of gloves. There are some cases where I'm feeling the temperatures in this, but I don't feel the need to go to the heavier gloves just yet. I highly recommend glove liners. I know they look goofy and they look simple. It's just a cotton glove. It's glove liner. Put that on, put your regular glove on top of it. Noticeable difference right away. Always keep 2 sets of gloves on you. Make sure they're waterproof. You'll know if they're waterproof because you can reach in here and you hear that. That's a plastic lining between the insulation and the outside. That's how you know they're going to be waterproof. It's basically a plastic glove inside your glove. Keep everything nice and dry, 100%. Let's talk about headgear. When I was up north working out of Chicago and Galesburg, one of the things I encountered real quick that I didn't encounter down south is just metric ton of snow mixed with super high winds and sub-zero temperatures. Really was a different beast. And one of the things I was not prepared for was protecting my face, my ears, my head. Everybody kind of has their different deal. But me personally, I have found that simple is better, and I have been able to protect myself from those elements pretty simply with pretty much just 3 pieces of gear, and I'm going to show you what those are. So the first piece of gear that I cannot recommend enough, and it is simple and as easy as all get out, as you can see here with mine, it is dirty, covered in coal dust. I can't count how many times I'll wash this. Just your standard beanie. This thing will protect your ears, keep your head warm, because I'm telling you, from when I was doing firefighting and EMS, one of the number one places people lose body heat and become hypothermic when working out in the elements is their head. People neglect it all the time. They're worried about their core, their legs, their feet, their fingers. They forget about the head. Don't forget about the head. This is one of the most simple solutions to help retain body heat and comfortability and to ease the stress on your body working outside in the cold elements. Get you a good, thick beanie, something that's comfortable. Make sure it can come down and cover the bottom of your ears. That is very, very important. It needs to cover your entire ears. Next item, and this is more of an extreme weather. So you're out working, it's snowing, let's say heavy snow, sleet, freezing rain, things like that. You need to take care of more than just your head and your ears. You need to take care of your face and your neck. I started using this particular item, and I actually have a couple of different ones because one's really, really warm and the other one is a lot more comfortable. And are these little hoodies that people call them blancavas, things like that. You can see this one has fur. This thing was a lifesaver. As you can see, it's got this neck piece that drops down. It's simple. Have my beanie on, pull it over, good to go. This is really, really good when you're out working and you need to protect here down in your neck. It comes down so I don't have to worry about snow or freezing rain getting down in behind my jacket. Next piece I'm going to talk about is eye protection. I can't stress this next part, and that is eye protection. Guys, I can't stress this enough. When you're working out in the elements, especially if you're in an area that has a lot of snow and you're not used to working in that, there is something called snow blindness. That is where the daylight rays of the sun reflect off the snow and can actually burn your eyes. It can cause severe, severe eye damage to the point that you can't even see. And in severe cases, it can permanently affect your eyesight. Don't become victim to that. So make sure that if you're working out during the daylight, you have tinted UV glasses, things like that. Something that I carry in my bag with me that has saved my butt 100 times already is over glasses like snow goggles. I have to have glasses. So when I'm out working and then that rain kicks in, the freezing rain, the snow, things like that, having something I can just pull out of my back pocket, put over my glasses like that. They're zero fog, basically ski goggles that just go over my face, has made a world of difference. All right, I'm going to talk about the last little bits right here, and that is layering. Guys, everybody layers different, but the important thing is that you are layering. But number one rule when you're working in the cold, wet elements that can change on you in a heartbeat, you need to be versatile. And what I mean by that is you need to layer. It is better to have more layers and be too warm and get on that train or get out there in the yard and be like, man, I am burning up, and have the ability to go shed layers versus not have enough and be wet, frozen, cold, and just absolutely miserable, which causes more stress on your body. And you end up working harder to do the same amount of work that normally wouldn't bother you one damn bit. The layers are important. We're going to start with the under layers, tops and bottoms, guys. This is what I do, especially if I know it's going to be getting below freezing, is I layer on the bottom side. I have basic set of fleece lined Under Armour winter kind of leggings. I'll have a cotton thermal layer, kind of like your long johns. If I'm going to be knee deep in snow and I know that's the weather I'm going to be working in, if I need another layer, I got a pair of, they're almost like cotton sweatpants. I just put on over those thermals. And then instead of using my blue jeans, I have transitioned over to fleece lined wind and waterproof hiking pants. They have been absolutely amazing. I've been using them for a year now. Out there in the yard, on the line, no issues. Been fantastic set of gear for my kit. Now, I enjoy that because they're versatile, they're more flexible, and they're a lot less weight than the big old coveralls. Again, haven't had an issue with them. On the top side, similar deal. I layer with the Under Armour, make sure it's got the high neck, it's fleece lined, it's moisture wicking, so that means it's not going to retain any of the sweat. Then thermal layer, if I feel like I need it, or I just may do a standard long sleeve cotton shirt, maybe a little thicker. And at that point, most of the time I'm good to go with a hoodie over that. And then this big jacket right here, this jacket I got off Amazon. It's been a trooper. I think I got it 6 months off Amazon after I hired out. So it tells you how long it's been holding up. I haven't had any issues with it. It's been a really good jacket. In rare cases, I may have the Under Armour, the thermal, the long sleeve, and then hoodie and the other one. But I do things in layers so that, one, I maintain my mobility and my flexibility. Two is if I get out there in the yard or I'm getting to work or I get up in the cab of that locomotive, I have gone down to the nose of the motor numerous times, shed a few layers, stuck them in my bag, but also at the same time, weather's gone south, dig them out of my bag and add in a few more layers. And now, I'm versatile for just about every scenario that comes up. It has worked fantastic and been as comfortable as I possibly could be out there working. So guys, I hope that helps. That's how I personally kit out for winter work on the working out here on the railroad. I can't stress things enough on being able to work with as little stress on your body out in the elements, especially if you're up in the northern areas where it can turn south real bad on you in the blink of an eye. Always be prepared, be safe. These are my things that I have started doing and have been working really well for me. I hope that helps point you guys in the right direction. I'll leave the links to the Amazon store of the stuff that I use, and you guys tell me if there's anything you would like to see. I appreciate you guys checking in and sticking with me. See you on the next one. Here we go.